Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to do an everyday kind of look. Have you ever seen me in matte? I'm loving this look, by the way. I am using a bunch of like my staple products and testing out a new palette from Makeup by Mario. So excited for everything. Just a disclaimer, I'm going to use my Lancome Tient Idole foundation, Danessa Myricks Balm powder, a few new Revlon lipsticks that have come out, the matte situation, transfer proof, so beautiful. Some of the M Cosmetic bronzer, Charlotte Tilbury. There's a lot of makeup artist products in this video and creating this simple everyday kind of look. I really love the way how this turned out. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. So let's start off with our classic everyday look. The main star of the show is going to be the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. Let's start off with the Danessa Myricks Balm powder as the primer. The only thing that I have is the moisturizer and my brows. I use my ABH brow pencil, which I finished the last bit of it today. And I'm using this one in the shade number 4 because it has Upsolite. I can target this in the center of my face just to keep my oils at bay. Right there. I'm good to glow everywhere else, but my center of the face, I definitely want it to be more like matte. And then for the foundation, I'm going to use my Lancome Tient Idole foundation. This one. So let's do that. I'll have to mix this shade for sure because this one definitely is light on me. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this might work. So I'm just gonna dot it everywhere on my face. And then I'm not looking for like full coverage or anything, but that would just do the job. Just going for a natural kind of look, like an everyday look. Yep. There you go. Yeah, that's perfect. That actually gave me like a good medium coverage. Now once we have that all blended, it actually took like 30 seconds to blend. Love it. Okay. For the concealer, let's take our Tower 28 concealer. And I'm just gonna focus that right there. That looks a little dark. So let's mix that with our Milani concealer, which is more neutral. So that might work. Okay. I'm just gonna take that right there. And blend it with the foundation. My younger one is still at home, so you might hear stomping noises, I must say. He's with his friend playing Pokemon. And my older one is out for a football tournament. Oh my god, the sun is coming. I hate it. I hate the light fluctuations that happen in my videos. Okay, so once we have that all blended across, I am gonna powder my under eyes. And for that, let's take our Charlotte Tilbury powder. Already there's a big dent. I'm just gonna stamp it right there underneath the eyes for now. This is so smooth. Okay. Now for the bronzer, I'm gonna take my M Cosmetics bronzer. And this one is in the shade Nomadic. It might be a little bit dark. Actually, I think a lot dark. So I'm just going to take it on the brush directly and then stamp it on the sides of the face. It blends very nicely, so I'm not worried about that. It's just the shade. It can be a tad bit too dark. I'll go over with the foundation brush, so don't you worry. I definitely want M Cosmetics to come out with this bronzer stick in a medium shade. They either have the shade Summer or Nomadic, but I feel like the shade Summer I actually bought before and it was like my skin tone, and Nomadic is a tad too bit dark for me. So if you are listening to me and if you can come with like a medium shade in between those two shades, sign me up. Because the formula is amazing, amazing. You know how much I love the soft blushes, like the So Soft blushes. That's like my favorite thing. And the bronzer is also like very, very nice. It's just the shade. So once we have that, I'm just gonna go with my foundation brush and just go over the edges, just so that there's no harsh lines and everything is like melted. I have a friend visiting here. Oh well. I'm almost there to leave for Canada's trip. I do not want friends visiting right now. For the blush, I'm going to take my Merit Beauty Flush Balm, and this one is in the shade Fox. I feel like this would be so perfect for every day. So let's take that on a brush. This is my favorite shade that they have created. Really, really love this one. On the face as well as on the lips, it's beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. If you love like Patrick's blushing shade, you would absolutely love this. It is like, it's neutral, but it is like sun-kissed. It's really, really pretty. Look how beautiful that is. Really, really pretty. Love that one. Okay, for the entire face, I'm gonna take my Kosas Cloud Set Powder, and this one is in the shade Comfy. So I'm just gonna take that all across my face. It's not a flat matte powder, it definitely has like a sheen to it, but it sets the makeup very, very nicely. So that's beautiful. For the highlighter, I'm gonna take the Makeup by Mario's highlighter in the shade Golden. No surprise in that. Look at the dent. Beautiful. Look at that. Love it. There you go. Now, let's do our lips. For the lips, I have a few lipsticks in front of me. Let's see how we go. I'm going to take this deep brown lip liner from NYX, and this one is in the shade Rebel Kind. It's a deeper brown, like a cool tone brown, neutral brown, I would say. So once we have that, I have a few Revlon lipsticks in front of me. These three. I have Upper Hand, Real Deal, and this red. I feel I should take Real Deal for today. I've not used this shade at all. So let's take that. And these last for such a long time. Just want to test out this shade. It's more like a reddy brown shade. It's so pretty. So pretty. I don't know if you can see that shade or not. I'll let it sit meanwhile we do our eyes and see if we want to mix the Upper Hand shade or not. Or some other like lightening shade. But so far, so good. Okay, let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to take this Master Mask. This is the first one actually. I felt like this would be more suitable to my skin tone rather than the cool tone one, because I felt like the cool tone one had a lot of like lighter shades. So I felt like this would be very, very apt. So let's see. Let's start off with this shade, Matte 4. There's a little bit of kickback, nothing much. I feel like this would be like one shade close to my skin tone shade, like one shade darker. And that would be a beautiful transitioning shade. I feel like this matches my skin tone so well. Look at that. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. For the under eyes, let's take this shade, Matte 3, and just go underneath the eyes and just brighten it up. Can you see the difference between this and this? This has like a lifted look. I love that. Let's do that. Let's take this shade, And this one is the shade Matte 7. And I'm gonna take that. Oh, look, that's beautiful. I love those shades. That has like a hint of like a pink in it, but it's like a pinky brown shade. I love it. Moreover, like the top that I'm wearing, that shade. Love that. And blends so beautifully. I do not expect anything less from Makeup by Mario. Like, I have loved everything that he's come out with. The one thing, actually two things that are in my wish list is his skin enhancer, which I've not tried as yet, and his satin lipsticks. And that's for a reason. I definitely could try satin lipsticks because I love a good matte formula. I don't know if I like that. It's not like my preference. I generally have like long days of work and I love a good lipsticks that last on me. And his matte lipsticks definitely last on me. So I love, like my go-to shade is Fanda from him. I really love. It's like a mauvey pinky brown shade. I really love that one. So once we have that matte 7 all blended, I use the same brush for everything. I'm gonna go a little bit more on the deeper side. Now I'm gonna take the shade, let's go down the road, okay? So let's take this shade, then this shade, and then this shade, and then this shade. Do you need it? Absolutely not. I'm just testing out the tones, if it's different enough or not. Yeah. See, that's like a good neutral brown, like a beige brown. See, that changes the tone of the eye look. From that pinky brown, now it became beige brown. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Now this one is beautiful to pair with this shade because this has a little bit more red in it and it's deeper. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, I'm in love. If you love neutral tones and if you are medium to tan and you are eyeing this palette, I would say yes, go for it. Spoiler alert, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm just gonna take that reddy brown shade, just a little bit more in the crease. I am gonna go for a matte look. I know, you know me, I'm big into shimmers. I love a good shimmer, and which you can definitely take like 2-3 toppery shades along with you when you are like traveling, if you are too much into shimmers. But otherwise, if you're into neutrals, this is beautiful. I'm gonna take this same red shade, like a reddy brown shade, on the bottom lash line too. I love it. I love how small it is. I love how travel friendly it is. I love that it has a mirror too. I've not taken the cover out. Going into this shade, the deeper brown, and now trying to build the outer corners. And it's blending so seamlessly with the other shades. Yeah, I was saying, I do not regret one thing that I've got from Makeup by Mario. I have his bronzers, I have his highlighter, I have his lipsticks, I have his eyeshadow palette now. It's so nice. I have his lip pencil. It just stays right here. Like everything that he has in his line is so good. So good. How about I travel with this and then just carry another palette full of shimmers and just play with the shimmers every day and just base the mattes out of this look. I love it. Okay, going into the deeper brown, and this is a cool tone brown, the deepest cool tone brown. This is the black. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at this cool tone brown just because I don't want to go more deeper than that, because this definitely gives me the deep look that I want from this palette, and I'm so happy with it. Literally use like 2 brushes for the entire eye look. I love that he went like that skin tone route. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna take back this thing. If you guys don't know, Makeup by Mario made this palette based on the skin tones of like human beings. And this palette exactly does that. Enhance your skin tone. Oh my gosh, I cannot. Obviously, I mixed a lot of shades today. You do not need to, absolutely do not need to. I was just testing out like shades over shades over shades just to see if it like acts weirdly or not. Like if you know, you know, if you like pack up shades over shades, especially matte shades, it doesn't let to like build on top of each other. They tend to try forming like a bald spot, which it is not forming, and I'm loving it. And then I'm gonna go over this shade, the matte 3 shade. This is like a skin tone shade for me, and I'm gonna just take that right there in the inner portion of the eyelid, and then just clean up this portion, and you'll be able to see the difference. If I do this and if I do not do this, this tends to open up my eyes a little bit more rather than closing it, and I'll definitely blend it. But look at this eye and this eye. This definitely tends to open up the eye and gives it more of like a cleaner look. This is the same shade that we used underneath the brow bone, which again, you can use it like this also, like with a denser brush. And you can absolutely like just go there like that and just clean it out. Oh, love it. Going with the other side of the brush, and I'm gonna go into this skin tone shade and then just tap the middle portion of this eye where that lighter shade is meeting that deeper shade, and just blend. Just tapping is good enough. Going this and this back and forth, and that will give us a seamless blend. Now for the inner corners, I'm gonna take, let's take this shade and this shade mixed together. I feel like white should be better, just to brighten up the eye. See, look at that, so pretty. And this was less bright because I mixed both the shades, and that's exactly what I want, okay? For the lower lash line, let's just go a little bit more deep. I'm gonna take this shade and just take that right there. Right there. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. Okay, the eyes are all done, and this is how it's all looking. I feel like this lips can be a little bit lighter just because this is more like reddy brown, and I want like brownie brown. So I'm going to just mix a little bit of upper hand and just to the center of my lips, nothing much. Just to give it more of like a brownier tone. Just like that. I love the way how this turned out. Obviously, you can just like top a little bit of shimmer if you want, but I'm loving the matte look that we have right now. I'm loving this palette, okay? Spoiler alert. Let's wrap up our thoughts. Of course, rest of the products that are on my face, I'm well aware of. I love those products. Definitely, if you've not tried these Merit Beauty's balmy blush kind of situation, definitely do try. This a high recommendation from Makeup by Mario, especially if you are like medium tan skin tone. This palette is gonna be like your go-to matte palette if you love your browns. Like this is so beautiful, so blendable. It packs on top of each other so beautifully. Of course, if you've not tried Revlon lipsticks, beautiful. The highlighter, stunning. Is this the highlighter or is the bronzer? Yeah, highlighter, stunning. The Danessa Myricks Balm powder, absolutely beautiful. So those are like my top recommendations, but I'll definitely say the palette A++. A++. I'm so happy that I got this. I got this like for a sale too, for $39 or something like that. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm mad at myself. Why did I not purchase that earlier? Stunning. But that's all for today, guys. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.